The Totalitarian Two-Step by Dennis C. Jansen, as read by Bonnie Jansen, in Denver, Colorado. Chapter 1, Slippery Slope. The dollar is our currency, but it's your problem. John Connally. On November 22nd, 1963, the United States of Israel's President, Jack Kennedy, was fatally executed in Dallas, Texas, while riding with his beautiful wife in an open limousine. Riding unceremoniously in the front passenger seat was the Democratic conservative governor of Texas, John Connally. The governor was struck by gunfire and seriously injured. Connally suffered a fracture of the fifth rib, a punctured lung, a shattered wrist, and had a bullet lodged in his leg. In testimony in front of the Warren Commission, Connally said, "There were 2 or 3 persons involved, or greater, in this, or someone was firing with an automatic rifle." The Warren Commission's official narrative was that a lone gunman named Lee Harvey Oswald killed President Kennedy and wounded the governor. The governor never bought into the Warren Commission's 10-month investigation. Columnist Doug Thompson claimed that in 1982 he had a private conversation with Connally and asked him if he accepted that Oswald had murdered Kennedy. According to Thompson, Connally replied, "Absolutely not. I do not for 1 second trust the Warren Commission's conclusions." Furthermore, to substantiate the governor's claim that there was more than one gunman was James Togg. Togg was struck in the cheek while standing outside his car on that fateful day in Dallas. Togg testified before the Warren Commission that the second shot wounded him. John Connally recovered from his near-fatal wounds and served as Texas governor until 1969. In 1971, as a token of gratitude for his cooperation of publicly agreeing with most of the Warren Commission's fraudulent findings, he was offered and accepted the Treasury Secretary's position in President Nixon's administration. On Sunday, August 15, 1971, Nixon delivered the final nail in the coffin to American prosperity. It was called the Nixon shock. The shock was the severing of the tie between the U.S. dollar and gold backing. This change officially made the U.S. currency a 100% fiat currency. A fiat currency is a government-distributed currency that is not supported by gold or silver. President Nixon directed his new Treasury Secretary to temporarily suspend the convertibility of U.S. dollars to gold, which was tied to a fixed price at $35 an ounce due to the 1944 Bretton Woods Agreement. This temporary measure, that still stands after more than 50 years, was known as closing the gold window. This seemingly innocent title, as if someone is shutting a house window, was misleading because the gold window was not opened from 1933 to 1975. After all, gold ownership was illegal from 1933 to 1975. In 1933, President Roosevelt, using Executive Order 6102, nationalized the United States of Israel's citizens. Nationalization is defined as converting from private to governmental ownership and control. This order prohibited the legal ability to own more than 5 ounces of gold unless the gold was nomadic gold stored for collector purposes. This heavy-handed measure made gold illegal for the common folk to hold until President Gerald Ford finally repealed FDR's executive order, allowing private possession of gold coins, bars, and certificates by an act of Congress codified in Public L 93-373, which went into effect December 31st, 1974.